blue team's trying to play soccer and the refs keep getting in their way. And I've never the refs are interfering like unbelievable. It's like the refs are trying to stop the blue team from playing. And it didn't work. I mean,
Jerry is good, he eats manna from heaven. Jerry's like an angel from heaven. Jerry is polite and he loves life. Tom is an alley cat sodomite. Yeah, Tom is a flea bag. Tom eats castor oil and trash. Tom is a cancer on society.
So I got this right here, and I'm recording into Reaper.
Okay.
While we're going to see what happens, and then what would have to happen, I guess, is you would have to send me. Well, I'm recording this, so I'll have your audio on my end already when we stop the recording.
Okay.
Right.
You're recording into. You said Reaper, not Reverb.
Right, Reaper. Reaper.
I thought maybe you were recording it into Reverb and was gonna sell it like a used instrument.
Oh, I thought you meant that I was recording it into Reverb, so it would be too echoey, and I'd have to try to take the echo out.
Well, I thought about that too, and it didn't make any sense to me.
Doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I thought, oh, he must mean that he's recording it into Reverb, and then he's gonna auction it off online along with all of the.
That'd be nice if we could auction off our recordings. That'd be great.
I mean, maybe
put them on eBay.
We're gonna just put it on eBay then. Put our podcast on
every
eBay
episode.
And auction it off.
We'll only get one sale per episode, though.
Yeah, it would be something that it would be a new frontier.
Yeah, we'll have to work through it. How cold is it there, by the way?
Last I looked, it was 4 degrees with a wind chill of -7. How about you? It looks like it's pretty warm there where you are.
No, it's not at all. It's like it's days like this you can really feel how old your house is, how old and drafty an old house is. Like my house was built, I think, just barely in the 1900s, like maybe 1910. So you can just feel cold air coming in different places.
That's what they used to say about Herbert Hoover, I believe. It was like whenever he walked in the room, it was like you could just feel a cold draft of air.
Really?
Yeah.
Like an evil spirit?
Oh, like the winter. It's like
it makes you wonder what do you like when you walk in a room?
It's like I'm going to run for president, and here's my. How about it? Let's brainstorm on a campaign slogan. Permanent wintertime. Herbert Hoover.
He was like a disastrous president.
I don't know that. Why
do I feel like he's one of those names that, it's like synonymous with a blimp getting caught on fire and going down and just a disaster?
That was President Hindenburg.
Well, I know it wasn't no. It was just an analogy. I wasn't saying literally. Okay. I was just saying, like, when I hear that name, I think that he's associated with some kind of, like, he sucked. Like he was terrible.
Are you getting him confused with Calvin Coolidge, maybe?
Possibly. There's a bunch to confuse him with. Taft. What about Taft?
That was the next one that came to my mind as well. But we don't know anything about them.
Nothing.
When it really comes down to it.
That is pathetic.
Right?
I bet legal immigrants know a lot about these guys. They have to study.
I would imagine that they do. I think it's part of the test. I just have to say that this whole concept that they talk about of trying to get rid of your accent and speaking with more clarity, like
that's what's going on.
Like you putting a pencil in your mouth to try to get there I feel like I'm lisping
A little
and
bit, but it's weird. Like you're lisping, but at the same time you're enunciating more clearly.
clearly, yeah.
Yeah. Is it hard to slur when you have a pencil in your mouth?
I
Not
think I
like,
could probably slur anybody as much as I
not like.
wanted.
No, I was gonna say
But
not like a racial slur. That's not what I meant. I meant like, is it hard to speak imprecisely when you have a pencil in your mouth? Like I could try it. All I have is a Sharpie. I have a kazoo.
I was gonna use a stick earlier, but then I found it.
If you had to talk with a kazoo in your
You got the
mouth.
wrong side of the kazoo in your mouth.
Oh yeah. If you had to talk with a kazoo in your mouth, and no one would be able to understand hardly anything you're saying.
That's gonna sound really good through the reverb application.
Wait a second. I'm about out. I mean, I could do two kazoos.
When I was a
You have more
teenager,
stuff than I have.
I worked at the radio station, and I just had like menial tasks. I'd like run the board and do things off mic. And my boss at the time said, "Look, kid, if you ever want to be on the mic, you're going to have to get rid of your accent. And so I recommend that you put a pencil in your mouth."
Oh, really?
And start learning how to talk with a pencil in your mouth.
I was thinking you kind of sounded like Richard Nixon or something when you were talking with a pencil in your mouth. Kind of rigid.
Okay, you just void of all emotion and any individual character.
It sounded like a focused speech in a way.
Oh, so it was good.
You know, I guess it depends on what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me maybe I had the pencil too far in my mouth.
Maybe try like a classic Nixon line, like 7 years ago, or whatever.
That's why today I have decided that I will not seek and I will not accept the Republican nomination of President of the United States.
You're nailing it.
Okay, I think that it does kind of sound like Richard Nixon.
It does.
There's no way we are not bombing in Cambodia. We are not bombing in Laos. We are negotiating in good faith with the North Vietnamese.
I did not have John Lennon put to death. Oh. Hey, speaking of conspiracies, are you into chess at all?
Yeah, man. I mean, they put out a bunch of great records. I mean, I think most of the good blues stuff that I have in my collection, a lot of it, like Sonny Boy Williamson, Muddy Waters, all the old kind of classic dudes. There are good, like
Chess. Chess.
Yeah, Chess put out a bunch. I'm totally into Chess. I like Matador. I like, Thrill Jockey, Drag City.
I'm talking about the game. I'm talking about the game Chess.
Oh, yeah.
Like the game Chess. I thought this was a chess.
Protocols of the Learned Elders of Zion.
I thought this was a chess book.
Yeah,
I thought this was about chess strategy, but it turns out it's a known forgery. They say this is like a well-known forgery. It's like over 100 years old, and it's not true. None of it's true.
Okay.
So anyway, I don't know. I haven't read it. I haven't even looked into it at all. It's a thin book. It's not very long at all. But I guess it's been debunked.
I'm not really into chess so much, mostly because I fail to. I always forget the rules. Like I play it so infrequently, you know, and then I'm like, okay, what this dude with the crown on his head, does he move 1 up and 2 over, or can he move 2 up and 1 over?
Well, and sometimes
or wait,
it's
can he
hard.
do both? Can he do
Sometimes
both?
it's hard to tell like which one's the king and which one's the queen. Sometimes they are so similar, so they just make the king just a little bit taller, just a little tiny bit taller.
And the queen, it always seems like the queen can just do whatever she wants. Like it's like, okay, as long, I can move my queen, like I can go 14 spaces up.
Remember that she can do what she wants to.
Go diagonally and then back around the entire board, and then like I win the game. But you just got to get to that space where the queen is allowed to do that.
That reminds me of a song called "Remember That." Remember that she can do what she wants to do.
I remember that song, and as best as I can remember in reading interviews with that band, I think that song was about chess.
It would make sense now. Yeah. Well, all right. I think that's about it for arguing on this episode. This was just supposed to be an audio test, but I think we could salvage a little of this. Don't you?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to remind all the people out there subscribing, listening, to make sure you subscribe and make sure you like it. I was saying, stab that like button, like stab it,
down it,
stab it like O.J. Simpson, stab it like.
Put concrete boots on the like button and throw it in a river.
Stab that like button like Squeaky Frog.
Put a bunch of like buttons in a bag, tie it shut, and throw it in a river.
I mean, step in there and pull the trigger on that like button like Sirhan.
Like Al Pacino, say hello to my little like button.